Following years of cohesive plotting and storytelling, Marvel Comics is looking to close down the X-Men's Krakoan age with the Fall of X publishing initiative. Today, Marvel Comics is set to release X-Men Forever, which is detailing the final plot threads introduced in Krakoa, especially in terms of the mysterious Dominion. My name is Arako Braddock, and today, let's go ahead and see how the publisher is looking to wind down the Krakoan age of comics. But before we get deeper into the video, I want to encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel. Haunted House of X. How can you kill a digital god? What do you do when the Phoenix is bleeding out into nothing? There's been questions that have haunted you since the end of Immortal X-Men, finally some answers. There's also been some questions that have haunted you since the start of Immortal X-Men, finally some answers too. Tying directly into the pages of Fall of the House of X and Rise of the Powers of 10 comes the story of revelation from Kieron Gillen and Luca Maresca. X-Men Forever Issue 1 is written from Kieron Gillen, featuring art from the aforementioned Luca Maresca. We have colors from Federico Blee, letters from VC's Clayton Cowles, and design from Tom Muller, J. Bowen, and Gregorowicz. Plus, the issue's cover is illustrated by the phenomenal Mark Brooks. Really like the way that the X-Men Forever cover is detailing the current status quo of Jeangrey as seen during Marvel's Fall of X initiative. I also want to expand a big thank you to Adventures in Poor Taste for posting our preview here in detail, the mysterious first couple pages introducing the plot thread of Immortal X-Men with Nathaniel Essex, Destiny, and the X-Men character of Raven. So first off, I was so astonished with how much detail artist Luca Maresca was able to pack into some of these pages. This recreation of St. James Hall, London is so beautiful. All the panel bleeds, negative space, and just really small panels showing characters emote with each other is so interesting. Plus, I think the idea of returning to this late 18th, early 19th century plot thread for the X-Men is so important, especially as the Krakoan era is starting to wind down with some of their very final plot threads here. Also, I think Maresca is able to capture so much beautiful character work in these opening pages. We can really see some strong emotional details from figures like Destiny as well as Nathaniel Essex. In Marvel Comics' Fall of X publishing line, it did feel that there was a mysterious gap of time missing between the end of Immortal X-Men and some of the opening pages of Fall of the House of X. I'm so happy to see this comic book series filling in some of those details and making comic books like Rise of the Powers of 10 and deadxmen appear a little bit more approachable. I also just wanted to hand it over to Marvel's editorial for how they've approached some of the plotting of this series. As I begin to explore some of the plot threads and go back to these other X-Men series, I'm always learning new tidbits of information from series that I even didn't think were directly related in some contexts. Also, I found this return to the last couple plot threads of Immortal X-Men with Mother Righteous and the characters in the White Hot Room to be once again just so foreboding here. The way that Maresca is able to frame this page with a look at the mysterious new status quo for Jeangrey, as well as featuring late-stage Immortal X-Men characters like Exodus, Hope, as well as Destiny is so beautiful here on the page as well. I was also super fascinated to see Marvel following up on the sinister plot thread relating to the character of Doug Ramsey. The way that Marvel really slowly moved that plot thread forward, along with the whip-smart dialogue from Kieron Gillen, as well as Professor Xavier, just imbued a fascinating element of intrigue in this narrative as well. I am really hoping that as X-Men Forever and the Krakoan Age of Comics winds down, we continue to get those instances of Sinister really interacting with our cast and just raising the stakes of X-Men Forever. So at the end of the day here, I think X-Men Forever Issue 1 does such a good job bringing up so many of those mysterious late-stage Krakoan X-Men comic book plot threads right to the center stage of the publishing line. The way that readers are able to see some of these plot threads with Mother Righteous, Dr. Stasis, Destiny, and Raven play out in this comic book is so enthralling. I was also just mystified by the way that Marvel Comics continues to levy all of their continuity in one singular place within X-Men Forever. See the very opening pages when these set in the late 18th century, combining elements of AI as well as history together within the context of the X-Men to really prove my point here. But I want to know from you, what are some of your thoughts over on X-Men Forever? Were you as interested in this fascinating comic book title detailing some of the last steps of the Krakoan age? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for coming to check out our video review over on X-Men Forever Issue 1. And we'll be back to see wherever the Krakoan age winds down next. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.